Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to look over is another Transformers Age of the Prime for you guys, and this time we have here's my first Commander class, and I'm actually pretty excited for this. And today I'm going to take a look over is this right here. So today we're going to take a look over is the Transformers Age of the Prime's Commander class Aerialbot Silverbolt. Now before we continue on, I need you guys to do me a little bit of a quick favor, so I'll be right back. Hey you! Stop what you're doing! Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and enjoy your day. So this figure you guys can see right here, I actually got it in Target, and I'm actually pretty excited to have this in my collection because I wanted to get the Aerialbot so bad right now. Now, there's a figure I'm missing for the Legacy collection, which is Motormaster. If y'all remember, I have almost have all the Decepticons, except for one that I am missing. So I'm still working on getting that. So anyways, so here it is what the package style is going to look like for the Commander class of Silverbolt right here. You can see the artwork of the Royal mode and his vehicle mode right there, looking awesome and fantastic right there, alongside with the two of his companions right there. He is 3 out of the 5 of Superion. He can transform into Combiner Robot, or of course Robot to Jet, 44 steps. Top of the packaging right here, showing up all the 13 original primes right here, all the way to Star Optimus Prime. I am actually trying to save. I am gonna try to save up getting him, so I might have to focus on getting Optimus Prime. Well, until I finish up collecting the other combiners, mostly from Studio Series 86. On one side of the packaging, you can see Superion artwork right there, fantastic and pretty awesome. And you can see the other side. You can see part of the like, you know, the artwork of this right here. And you can see Alchemist. I think right here this is Nexus Prime. I could be wrong, but this is Nexus Prime because he has the fuck. So remember, it's been a long time knowing this. Fuck, no, I actually forgot, but I know who this one is. Onyx Prime. I actually do want to get Onyx Prime because it's actually one of my favorites. And you can see the back of the packaging right here showing off everything right there. And you can see Air Raid and Slingshot right there. I don't have them yet, unfortunately, but I know my good dear friend Starscream actually got it for me. Still giving a shout out to him for helping me out. I am planning to get the last two on my side, so I got a cover, so yeah. And you can see everything right here, so yeah. Let's move the box out of the way because we're going to take a look at what the accessory it comes with. It comes with 3 accessories, even though the main whole thing is somewhat of it. But first off, we have this little Silverbolt little blaster right there, cast in black. Pretty cool, nice detailing right there. Fantastic work what Hasbro did. If anyone's wondering why did I say Lego, because I actually have a Lego set I did a video on, so yeah. And you can see there's Silverbolt blaster right there that you can actually flip out for the peg right there. And there's a hinge right there and a hinge right there, so you can fold up the gun like that, and of course have it like that, but I'll show it off in a moment. So for now, I could leave it like that. And this whole piece right there, but I'll show it off later on. First thing first, let's actually show off Silverbolt and his vehicle mode. Now, his vehicle mode representing a jet, but a special type of jet because is the nose right there. Well, I'll show it off in a moment. First thing first, the painted and sculpted detailing on Silverbolt looks great. The gray with the gold accent on it, and underneath you have some red, black, and it's like a mustard yellow right there. He does look fantastic. Silverbolt is the leader of the Aerialbots, if you all remember, during G1. And I actually wanted to have Silverbolt in my collection for the Aerialbots because I actually never have an Aerialbot in my collection, and there you go. Now, I don't have the Combiner Wars Silverbolt to do a comparison with, but do a comparison on how tall this thing is. It looks pretty cool. Now, I do have a little bit of quality issues right here in my copy, which is a little bit of paint splatter right there. So, yeah. And of course, like all other jet formers right there, you do have like the rubber kibble underneath, so there's no way to fix it, so that's kind of sucks about it. Rechargeable landing gear right there. pretty cool. And of course, the Silverbolt skirt piece right there is part of it. So this does come out right there. There's an Aerialbot symbol down here on the chest and both of the wings right there, so that's actually pretty cool. And I forgot the actual name of the jet, but when you're trying to land it down, the nose droop down like that, and I call it the droop snoot right there. So that's actually pretty cool. Visible head syndrome right there, but that's mostly the Superion head right there. So there's not much of it to say about it. And yeah, there's pretty not much of it to say about for this. You do have some weapon storage right here, which is a pig hole right down here. That you can plug it in underneath of the jet. Like so. And there you go. So that's actually pretty nice and fun. So let's put Silverbolt out of the way because this whole thing, part of it, has the rest of the combiner limbs of it for the legs and the arms. Now, most people like the new skeletal system. Most people hate it. And most people like me don't care, love it or hate it. I just cool as fuck. Now, there's a gap right there, which is... anyways. Yeah, there's not much of it to say about it, minus you do have visible hand syndrome right there. And the gap underneath it kind of sucks, to be honest with you. Which also, weapon storage for this. You fold the gun like that. Flip ups right here. I would recommend to have it like this. Because there's a peg hole right there that you can plug this in. Then you connect this. Like so. And it won't come out. So that's actually the coolest thing whatever did. And I can be honest with you, look at the mechanical detailing that Hasbro put on. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen, and I love it so much. Like, this is perfect. Now, after I'm done reviewing this, of course, I am going to custom paint this to give it my own looks. Just to give, like, break off the color, break off, like, this gray right there, and just give, like, the color scheme for the Aerialbots. Well, mostly for Silverbolt, so yeah. Now, combining this with Silverbolt, first thing to do, you want to bring out this piece, these connectors right there, because they will connect into the thigh parts of Silverbolt, and these two little slots right there will connect it to the crotch area to Silverbolt, which, if I can bring them in here, you can see the crotch area right here. There's two slots right there, and these tabs will go into right here, and of course, this need to go in. But before you actually connect it in, you want to bring the wings up like that. There's a tab to go into this slot right there. So yeah, now these two little slots right here that you guys can see will go into connected, one here and one here, because it's very important. Not just slide this in, connect all of them together. Make sure it's actually nice and flush. After you got that done, bring the tail down like that, because you actually do want to have it flat. Now let's bring the camera back up just a little bit more, and there you go. And to be honest with you, most people think it looks stupid, and most people think it looks like ridiculous. But I think for me, it looks pretty badass. Just imagine like this whole back piece right here is actually like a giant booster for Silverbolt, you know, going super fast, and this actually looks pretty cool. Yes, it does. The landing gear is not even touching it. I mean, it is what it is, unfortunately. So what are you even gonna do? And plus, there's no landing gear underneath for the skeletal system. So that's actually pretty. So that's pretty much that's it. But comparing this to the longest jet former that had like this length, I think this one is like longer than, I guess, Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Jetfire. Unfortunately, my figure is at storage, so I can't do a comparison with it. But if you have any jet formers, do a length size, and there you go. So there's not much of it to say about it. This looks pretty cool, and I think that I love it a lot. So let's transform Silverbolt into its robot mode. So it's easy and simple. First thing first, we're gonna attach this. So disconnect all this. Ow, my arm. Remove this and put this to the side. There we go. So the first thing to do is remove the weapon. Fold in the landing gear like that. Bring the wings in like so. Bring down the tail right there, make a splitter like that. Then you want to untap the wings to have it like this far for now. Then you want to disconnect this part right there. But before we do that, open up the cockpit, bring the nose in, close it back in. Now this sometimes will happen because there's two slots that connect into the antenna piece of Superion, which don't lose it, please, like for the love of God. You see two slots, two tabs will go into this slot right here. So very important, do not lose it. Now you want to come to the back part of it right there. It's on a double hinge, so you want to have it in this angle like that. If the camera can even focus and literally want to piss me off, let's bring the camera just closely. So you want to have it like in this angle right here, you guys can see. And this also hinge here. And a hinge right here. Then these tabs, both tabs will go into these slots right there. Like so. And I still recommend to have this back that far. Next thing to do is detach this area right here because this will become the legs. Bring this down, face it forward. Bring the feet down like that and flip out the heel spur like that. You got one leg done. Bring it like that. Twist it. Bring it forward. Heel spur out. Boppy boopy. There you go. I'm just checking to see, make sure my Superion is actually standing straight. Okay, he is. Now, this whole thing is actually easy and simple, but you have to be very careful because you actually want to line this up. Open up the chest. Bring the Silverbolt head. Twist it around. Bring the arms out like that. And I'm just looking over in my copy right here. I think this side is like a bit bent, but I don't see any stress mark on it. Now this part right there, you want the head to go in. But also, these antennas right there are very tricky and very pain in the ass. Because they need to go into this part right there. So, and make sure these tabs will go into this slot right there. And this part right there need to go into right here. So everything you have to fiddle and, ouch, line everything up. Like so. Checking everything to see it's all lined up. Next thing to do is come by to the arms. Bring the fist out like that. Like so. Then bring the wings out like that and make sure your figure is standing straight. Like so. And groan in pain because my arm hurts. On my shoulder, won't like it, but there you go. There you have Superion in his robot mode, and this is the coolest figure I ever seen in my entire life. Transformation for Jet 2 robot is easy, simple, and I actually love it a lot, what Hasbro did. So, you got some red, you got like this mustard color right there, and you also got some black, but too many of the light gray. And like I said, after I'm done reviewing this, I am going to custom paint it to break off a little bit more of the colors, even though some of my friends will probably say don't paint it. Just let me do what I need to do, alright? It's my figure, it's my choice. If you guys don't like it, they can point to someone else. That who gives a shit. I'm just kidding. Just for real though, just let me do what I need to do, so yeah. Now, I don't have any issues with my copy, minus the side right there. Because you can see one side is perfectly and one side is just a little bit sticking out. and I have no clue why. I don't know if there's a way to fix it, but probably not, so I'm not going to even mess around with it and cause to break to my figure because I really don't want to. Hescom, on the other hand, he looks okay, I guess, but a little bit weird, and there's a fucking bug, and I just messed up the tripod legs. There we fucking go. The wings does interfere for the arm's articulation, but you can move it back so you have a full 360 for the arm, which I'll show off for a little bit. You do have a little bit of a jet kill right there, so that's kind of sucks about it, but it is what it is. There's nothing much to say about it. Articulation-wise, ball joint of the head, you can look up that far, down that far, you can pivot side to side. So there you go. Move the wings back far, arms in a swivel, full 360, in and out. Swivel with the bicep. Almost over 90-degree bend right there. No wrist articulation, sad. Wrist can go up and down, perfectly good. Unfortunately, the waist articulation, you do have some, but because of the hold on a minute. If there's any waist joint, you have one, but it's not even movable, so that's kind of sucks. Side skirt can move forward and backwards like that if you're doing the legs articulation, but for the legs can go forward. Not that much backs because of this right here is on a ratchet joint, so pretty cool. Legs can go in and out like that. Thigh swivel right there, full 360, mushroom peg. A perfect bend at the knee, 90-degree right there. Feet can go up and down, well, can go up that far, but that due to transformation, so sad. And a full ankle pivot like that, so perfect posability for this figure, and it's awesome. And of course, with his main weapon, his signature weapon, and there you go. He looks pretty cool, and comparing this to the Combiner Wars version and the G1 toy, and I guess comparing this with the United version, even though comparing to the United version, he's a bit shorter, but this figure is fantastic, and I love it so much right now, and I'm pretty excited for it, so yeah. But we're not even finished yet, because remember, the whole base that he has, the skeleton thing, can actually transform into a battle station. Now, if you guys remember the original G1 toy, he has actually like a base mode, which I am going to buy the original G1 toy, so I could do a review on it, because I actually like some of the G1 combiners, except for these Constructicons. If you guys remember that review a long time ago, it actually leave a lot bad taste in my mouth. So yeah, let's move Silverbolt out of the way, because you want this into battle station mode, so yeah. So the first thing to do is by folding this down, folding in like that, disconnect this part right there, then disconnect this right here. Now I know most people are going to ask me in the comment section, are you going to do a separate video for the Superion Combiner and for a review? Yes, like I did my Legacy United Volcanicus, so yeah. Now disconnect all this right here. Now, I'm trying to stretch out my arm for a bit, because it hurts like hell. Now the whole thing right here, you guys can see, just leave it like that and put it to the side for now. You need this. This is an important part. So, what you need to do, you want to have this facing like that, and you want to have facing like that. And you want this piece right here facing down like that. Next thing to do is you need to have this facing like that. So these grooves right there will go into this part right there on the tabs, which is of course the Combiners tab, of course, so yeah. Now most people think the battle station mode for this, it looks so lame and dumb. I mean, for me it's somewhat, but I really don't care, because I like it. Hell, comparing this one with the Motormaster one, this is actually pretty cool. This is like a goddamn base. Make sure everything is like in right here, because sometimes some of the some of it won't go in, so yeah. Now these two area right there will connect it to right there, but before you do that, flip out the gun, connect this in, bring it all down, and you have the battle station mode. I know, like I said, a lot of people don't like it, but you gotta, that's what you get. Yeah, that's what Hasbro will give you. This is what we got. And if you have any effect piece, I guess you could plug it into this piece right here if it is compatible. But if you have Silverbolt with you, you can have it right here, and he can pretend, you can pose something like he is shooting some Decepticons ready to attack Autobot City. And yeah. But there's not much of it to say about it, so this is still a pretty good figure, but we're still not even finished yet, because now it's time for the main entree for this, which is the combined form. Now, most people are going to tell me just do a separate video of it, but I just want to show you guys the combined form. But like I said, I don't have the other two Aerialbots, so you're going to see him without his friends, so he's going to be like boneless bastard right there, so yeah. So first thing to do is by removing his gun, but you want to flip out the peg right there, so that will be exposed. You want to take his gun, you want to take Silverbolt gun, and this will connect it in like this, like so. So here we have Superion gun ready to go, but put it aside for now. Starting off with this right there, bring the thighs down like that. Now bring this area to facing forward, like so. Now for his chest, hold this down and make sure this is all the way back like that far. And the rest of this right here, you wanted to do is by separate everything. So the way how this works, bring the fist out, fold the wings like that. Detach everything. There's two tabs right there to connect it right there. And of course, this is on a double hinge right there, so disconnect that. Bring it like this angle. Then you want to have this right here. So you want to connect that in. Detach this part. Fold it like that. Connect that in. You got the left arm done. Now for this right here, fold this piece in. This will connect it in. That's like so. Bring this up like that. Now you want to push this back because this will cause to lock this if you're trying to do articulation for the legs. Bring the combiner piece right there, which is the Combiner Wars port right there. It is compatible with the other Combiner Wars figures for just for the legs. I saw them in storage, so I'll probably do a YouTube short on it to do it to show you guys. So yeah, now bring the feet down like that, and check, make sure it's to the left or the right. And this time we have is the right leg. Now disconnect that. You do the same thing for the left leg. Connect that in. I said connect that in. Bring this out. Bring the combiner port out. Make sure lock it, and make sure check is nice and locked and sturdy. Bring the feet down, connect that in, and check to make sure. This is the left leg. Now for the right arm, bring the fist out, fold the wings down like that, connect it in like that. Same thing on the other side. Connect that, fold like that, connect. Got the right arm done. Now we need the main body. So the first thing to do is by bringing the wings back like that, because they actually do need it. Have it back that far. Bring the chest out. Move the arms. Move Silverbolt arms like that. Bring Superion Combiner head out. Now, first thing to do is by twisting the head like that. Fold it like this. Now before you actually fold it in, we need to fold in the arms. Fold the hands like that. Then bring the arms to bend at this angle. Then you want to have it end right here, because you want this facing like that with the fist sticking out. you do the same thing on the other side. Bippity boopy. Boom. Now you want the combiner head connecting to this part right there. Well, mostly because there's a tab right there, if you can. There you go. That you can see. If I actually had Cole's Titan Mech, I actually want to do a comparison with this. I know I'm doing like Lego stuff, but I know this is a Transformer video. I really actually want to do a comparison with the Cole's Mech, Cole's Titan Mech, Zane's Titan Mech. Oh shit, now I need to get Jason Lloyd. So yeah. Now twist the head facing forward like that, by the way. Now for the legs, become the chest. Twist the leg facing like that. Fold the heels like that, and fold in the feet like that. Then there's on a double hinge right there, but make sure this goes in, and that's connected to the side. There's a peg right there that's connecting to this peg hole right there. Same thing on the other side. Easier said than done. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's a bitch to do it. And trust me, I know that. Fucking Brian, I swear to God. Connect it in. Bring the feet down like so. There you got the body done. Now, time for combining everything together. Now these two tabs right there will connect to this part again. This time, and the component port. But before we do that, we actually need clearance to the back right there. Because this peg will connect it. There's a peg hole right there, and it's actually pretty important for it. So make sure you connect this piece in like so. There you go. Now this will go in right there. This will connect that in. Now I have Superior chest connected to right here. That's this right there. Like so. There you go. Now connect the arms like that. And before anyone's gonna say, are these compatible with the Stunticons? No, it's not. I will do a YouTube short to show you guys, because most of my Stunticons I have is in storage. And also double check to make sure you're connecting the right way. And also I'll do a YouTube short of the compatible with this. So you guys will probably, because I know some of you guys will probably ask me in the comment section, so yeah. And there you go. And here you have Silverbolt combined and perfectly good. I might need to sit up for this. And now my shoulder hurts like hell. And to be honest with you, Silverbolt, Superior looks pretty cool. And I actually love this a lot. Now you got more red, you do have a little bit of black, and you do have a little bit of this mustard color right there. But like I said, need to break up more of the colors right there because of the gray. And like I said, I am going to custom paint this to give it my own looks. So yeah. Now this is the best Silverbolt Superior combiner we have since the last time we had it, which is the Combiner Wars version, and this looks so awesome. Now these two antennas right there, you guys can see, are detachable, so don't lose it, please. And this is actually serious. There's like some reports that a lot of people losing them easily, and if you're trying to find some on eBay, good luck with that. More look of the head sculpt, it looks so fantastic. I like this a lot. So, comparing this with the Combiner Wars version, so I think this is like a little bit taller than the Combiner Wars Silverbolt or Superior, which I don't have him, but comparing this one with Cole's Titan Mech, if you guys have that in your collection, or we can actually do an actual comparison with this right here, which I did a separate video on it, even though it is a Lego, and this is a Transformer review, but here it is compared with Kai's Fire Mech right there. yeah, this is shorter. And comparing with a Lego minifigure, we have Sane right there. There you go. Articulation wise, head is on a bullet joint, so it does go full 360 right there. Can look up that far, down that far. You can pivot a little bit like that. So there you go. The arms is on a ratchet joint, so full 360 right there. Arms can go in and out of the ratchet joint. Swivel at the bicep right there. 90-degree bend right there. Pretty cool. Swivel at the wrist right there. Pretty nice. You do have a little bit of waist swivel right there because of the kibble at the back right there. There's not much. Well, does interfere, so that kind of sucks about it. So the front skirt can move up and down like that because legs can go forward that far, back that far. Legs can go in and out. Thigh swivel right there. A perfect 90-degree bend right there. But if you have one of the Aerialbots in, you won't get a perfect 90-degree bend, so be cautious with that. And a ankle pivot to go that far. So posability on Superion looks good. So yeah. And then connecting to the gun right there. There's a pig right there, but also there's a hole right there that you guys can see because there's a piece right there that is actually locks in. What I do is connect the gun first, bring this down, then connect it in, and there you go. This is what you get. And it's actually pretty cool. I know Superion doesn't have with his friends, but adding with all his companions right there, he does look pretty cool, and I love it a lot. But like I said, I am going to do a separate video of it, so everyone in the comment section, please, 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 shut up. I'm doing this for you all ungratefuls out there. And I've been doing this for 11 years. I have no clue why I'm still doing this, so yeah. So anyways, I'm going to transform him back to Silverbolt, give you guys the final pose, give you guys my final result, and I'll be right back. Can I be honest with you guys? I do actually recommend that you have this in your collection because I get the feeling in the future, if you actually want to try to buy this in the aftermarket, yeah, good luck with that. If you guys already seen the prices with Motormaster, then, well, I will say buy Superior like now, so, yeah. Anyways, I'm actually happy to have this in my collection, so I am actually going to end this off right here, so have fun, stay safe, as I'm always, I'm out.